acting up. If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like SimRigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
You think you've got what it takes?
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life that means forever. That's my long time. But I'm here to say, it's something else.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
Hello and welcome everybody to Talladega Superspeedway. Here tonight, we have the Holloman Auto Parts Fast Five Challenge this evening as well. Race 4 of the season. And 5 drivers tonight are going to compete for a prize with the highest finishing position of the other 4. So tonight, we anticipate big high banks of superspeedway racing. And Wesley, I am excited for this evening's race.
I am too. Especially coming off the high we saw last night in the Master Series. Talladega, it's pack racing. You're going to have close quarters with all these large trucks thundering down the straights, going through the turns, just shoving every little inch they can forward.
Without a doubt. And with 60 laps tonight, I mean, it's not the longest race. So guys might be a little bit more impatient to get to the front or, to hold that track position. So we're going to have to see everyone keep their trucks clean, and also the execution on pit road, because pit road is going to be a big factor tonight, and we're going to see guys make mistakes on it, no doubt.
Yeah, pit road's always important. It's always the biggest turn field of any oval racing, and especially here at Talladega or at Daytona, even with the super speedways, you're coming off turn 4, you're full throttle, and you got to brake late to gain time, but brake too late and too hard, you lock it up, you might hit another truck, you'll completely overshoot, or you get caught speeding, and that's just going to cost you time and time again.
You speed on pit road, your day's over. It's derailed for the most part. It's going to be hard to come back from that. You might lose a lap. You're most likely going to lose a lap, and you might continue to lose the draft and lose more laps. So just unravel and unravel. So you got to keep a clean race on pit road, getting on it, and also getting off. You got to come on with friends. This is the trickiness of this track. Everyone's so equal, it makes the margin for error on pit road especially so small. And that's what everyone loves when we come to super speedway racing. Not only the close quarters racing, but the margin for error, Wesley, is so tiny.
It really is just the smallest little hiccup. If you're gonna make a move, go for it. You hesitate and then you decide to make it, there's gonna be a wreck. So if you're gonna make a move, be determined to make it. Don't wait and hesitate. Just just see it and go for it. But don't be too aggressive. Don't be blocking as though it's the last lap. Come around start at the start of the race. Don't block like it's the final
Oh
lap.
no.
There is a new blocking rule with these guys about
Yes.
what to take and what not to take when it comes to a block. And then white flag, it's gloves off. Drivers have at it.
Yeah, white flag. Obviously, it's go time. But yeah, the new blocking rule came out. Saw it in the announcements today in the league. So we have that to watch out for. Guys can't block too much. Obviously, entering this race, and you gotta watch that pushing we saw in the Cup race Sunday, a real life Cup race. I believe it was Eric Jones spun the 4-0 Gregson and caused a big wreck, took out a lot of cars. So bump drafting is going to be key tonight, just like it was on Sunday in the league in real life. Every time we go to a super speedway, especially one like Talladega that's super wide, you got to use your front and rear bumpers to get to the front. And you can't do it too aggressively or too little, right? Because you'll go backwards, but it is a fine line when you're pushing that car in front of you at 180, 190 mile an hour in these trucks.
It is, and you got to make sure you hit square. You hit on either the left or right end of it. Very easy to hook somebody and spin them and take out a good amount of the field. And that's not what you want to do tonight. Keep your truck clean. If you feel like there might be something going on or something you don't like, back out of the pack. Try to get a group of y'all in the back. It might be a little bit safer.
I mean, you saw early in the season, Wesley, at Daytona, and we had a little stack up on the start of the race. But aside from that, we didn't have a single caution until 7 to go. That was a much longer race than this one is tonight. So do we have another race like that? Or with the kind of shorter, more condensed racing and the bigger, wider track? I think Talladega is a bit more open ended, and you can see a lot more passing and going through the field with just the wideness of it, the treachery of it, and the front straightaway is so much different than Daytona. I think the front stretch in Daytona, the tri-oval, is much more banked. It's much more stable. Here at Talladega, it is slippery, especially on the bottom lane. It is so slippy and slidey when you're getting pushed in traffic. That's where we'll see at least a wreck tonight, or we might see one almost happen.
It's slippy and slidey. It's definitely bumpy down there right against the double yellow line. I'll tell you that just from feeling. It's very easy. That might be an area where you ask the guy behind you, hey, don't push me here. This truck's going to be easy to lose.
Oh yeah, through the tri-oval, it's dancing on that edge, right? There's not much banking in the tri-oval, and then it goes from 3 lanes to 4 lanes, back to 3 lanes. So the lanes will condense, the widen can condense again, right? That is the trickiness of this track. There's so many variables. Warm-up's just about to finish, and we're about to get these drivers onto the grid. The anticipation for tonight's race is palpable, Wesley, and I cannot wait to get this thing underway. Talladega Superspeedway always puts on a show, and these trucks tonight should have they should put on the same exact show that we see every time we come here.
They definitely should, and I'm ready for it. Again, giant, monstrous machines. Everybody was shocked when NASCAR went to Le Mans. I think they'd be even more shocked if they took a truck there.
That'd be awesome. I mean, putting a NASCAR truck there, that would be something different. But a lot of things to go tonight. Race 4 of this season. Fast 5 Challenge, Talladega Superspeedway. 43 trucks could enter this race tonight. A large field. And starting on the pole, Heath Snyder. We saw him be a big factor in the spring race at Daytona early in the season just a few weeks ago. He starts on pole. Nick Jabavowski on his outside in second in the 82. Nathan Nixon in third in the 3 truck, Michael Madden, who came with a top 5 last week at Chicagoland. And then here we have Cody Hemingway in 6th. Daniel Dow in 5th. He had a great run as well. Scott Healy in 8th. Gary Donnellan, a Fast 5 driver right there. Challenge driver in 7th. You see 9th, Gage Swan. He was good in the draft at Daytona. James Staples, if you want to carry him through here out of the top 10, Wesley.
Yeah, in 11th, we've got Joseph Tucker, another one of our Fast 5 drivers. Right to his outside, it will be Christopher Fuge. Then starting 13th, another Fast Five driver. These guys are not spread out through the field much. You got Chad Ginningsman to his outside. 14th, you'll have Tony Jeffries. 15th, you've got Tyler Cheney with his teammate Jacob Barker right next to him, 15th and 16th. 17th, you got Sean Jesnick with his outside being Connor Fuge. 19th, JP Jones with 20th right beside him is going to be James Morse, another one of your Fast Five drivers for tonight. 21st, Tyler Rouse to his outside, Drew Prohl. 23rd, you have Noah Walters with PB Henry, one of your other Fast Five drivers, in 24th.
Lowest of the Fast Five drivers, we have Jordan Sailors 25th, Glenn Grimm 26th. A little deeper here in the field, Sailors. Jordan Slater in 27th, Andrew Nagney in 28th, Blair Holloman 29th, Joseph DuPont 30th. Just outside the top 30, here we have Jeremy Newell 31st. He had a top 3 at Daytona. Kyle Westward 32nd. Art Nicotero 33rd, deep in the field. 34th, Brian Alphin. Russell Windsor 35th, Philip LaFrance in 36th.
37th, you've got Colton Gardner, and to his outside, 38th is Justin Boyles. And then rounding out the field, starting last and 39th is going to be Robert Lewis.
So 39 trucks in the high banks. You saw all the names on the list. Heath Snyder on pole. Michael Madden to his outside. The Fast Five drivers scattered throughout the field a little deeper than I'm sure they would like. But the pace car is about to pull off. We're about to see trucks battle out here at Talladega. 39 truck field tonight. Who's going to get it done? Snyder, Madden on the front row into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at Talladega. Snyder with a good launch so far. The 3 car and the whole inside lane very organized off the jump.
There was a large gap between the top and the first and second truck on the outside, which allowed top 2 to get out just in front. The 3 takes it up top.
Car down on the apron there, dropping back, doesn't like what he sees. Here comes the 3 on the outside of Snyder. Big run down the back straightaway. Nixon to the outside for the race lead. The 2 of Dow on the inside. He's going to clear up top. Does he jump up now and try to challenge Snyder for the lead? Yes, he does. To the outside, entering the tri-oval. And car down pit road back there. Daniel Dow, big shove in the tri-oval. I think Dow gets it at the line for lap number 1. Oh, and a late move to the bottom of the racetrack for the 2 of Dow. Oh, 2 by 2 throughout the pack. No 3 wide racing as the inside lane with Dow and Snyder are starting to pull away. Looking like 3 wide, a little further back there with the teal car back there. Not sure what's going on there. They all sorted out. Back to 2 wide. Snyder with a big shove to the back of the 2 of Dow.
Yeah, that outside just ain't quite formed up how they want it to be. The inside a lot more organized, a lot closer to each other. You can see the runs, the small pushes just eking them out over the top side.
These top 3 on the bottom. Gary Donnellan, the highest, the Fast Five drivers so far. He's giving a big shove to Snyder, who's giving a bigger shove to the 2 of Dow. 2 laps down. And Dow's led both of them in that 2 truck. Here comes the 3, though, with Michael Madden. Big shove on the top. Our front row starter, Jazbowski, 39th. He came down pit road. I believe there was a penalty there. Here comes the 29 of Snyder to the outside, looking for the race lead.
Huge push here from the outside. The 3 directly into the back of him, being pushed by the 15 of Madden. Gonna draw even with the leader.
Gary Donnellan with the momentum with the 2 of Dow. He'll clear, goes up Dow. Clear of both lanes. Now, does he work traffic or stay to the bottom? I'm assuming he's going to stay to the inside lane, entering the tri-oval. Big push from the 3 of Nixon on the outside. Coming through the tri-oval. Lap 3 down. Dow leads that one as well. Snyder, always going to be put 3 wide. Michael Madden and Nixon to the outside. That's going to kill the top lane right here.
It kills the top lane. It was an interesting decision. The 3 had Snyder all
Here comes
going
Tucker.
with them.
Joseph Tucker to the outside, now leading the top. Snyder has a big shove from Hemingway. Gage Swan's made his way up to third. Here's Gary Donnellan. He'll put the block on Tucker. Big shove.
Big shoves through the turns. It's not exactly the best place to push. You can set your truck up right to do it, but it's so risky to do.
And the risk might pay off to the race lead. Gary Donnellan, he looks like he's clear of the inside. Tucker all up the back bumper on the front stretch. I think they're both clear. Yeah, they are. Both clear, and Snyder on the outside. He'll lead the outside lane now. Dow back to the third car on the bottom. If Dow gets clear here, I think he'll jump to the outside as Nixon way back. Same with Michael Madden. They are out of the top few. See him all the way at the back of the pack now. Dancing down the back straightaway. All these trucks as they enter 3. Ooh, car under the apron there. The back half of the pack. He's Snyder to the race lead on the outside. Hemingway giving a big push. Here's the 64 of Healy. He's made his presence known in the early stages. Coming through the field, here's Heath Snyder. Can he lead lap number 5? And he'll just edge out Gary Donnellan there.
That's what you want to see on the top side. Get connected, get orderly. If you have good amount of trucks up there with good pushing, you can overtake that bottom line, as dawn as it may seem.
Oh, the bottom line can be held up a lot with stacking up. That's the only issue with it. And then the big runs come from the outside when they carry momentum. But you got to continue to carry the momentum. Once it stalls on the top, it stalls. And you saw a little earlier in the race, it stalled for a little bit, and they all got it rode back up. Gary Donnellan's going to push the 29. A little far out in front here. Does he jump to the top to make a move for the race lead? He thought about it.
Not about it, but thought better of it. They're going to be encountering lap traffic already.
So that's 82.
This is where you wanted to be careful. Don't be predictable. Don't try to predict where the leader's going to go.
Yeah, just be very predictable. Don't make any sudden movements. And I don't think you'll. I think you'll stay stuck to the bottom or the top of the racetrack. He's going to go all the way to the third lane. Good thing this track's a little wider than Daytona. Otherwise, that could have been a bigger issue. Snyder, though, with the race lead down the back straightaway. No run coming from the top this time. Oh, big move. There's Gary Donnellan to the outside in front of the 10 of Cody Hemingway. As they get by the lap truck of the 82, he's Snyder, big loose off of 4.
Here we go, back to 4 lanes here through the tri-oval. It's almost neck and neck between these two lines.
Oh!
I think Snyder's going to have it there, though.
Snyder got it, but Gary Donnellan's dancing that truck in the tri-oval as Hemingway giving him a big shove. Hemingway's been stuck to that outside all since the start here so far. Tucker thought about going to the outside. Is he clear? It's so tight. I think the 12 gave him a little bit of a break there. And here comes Joseph Tucker. Monster run on the outside. Clear.
He's clearing to the bottom.
What a move.
Giving him a break. I think Donnellan did. Those two both from the same team. Even though they are both racing for the Fast Five, it's still early in the race. Play a little bit of team game. Make sure you've got trucks at the end.
And here comes Snyder back on the outside. Dow back into the picture in third. As the car gets spit out to the third lane. Don't know if that's by intention or not. I don't believe so. He might go to the back. Another car tries to join him to get that third lane working. Haven't seen it at all, really, aside from when Nixon tried it in Madden. They went straight to the back of the pack. Caution out. Caution out. Wreck in the back of the pack, I think. Caution is out. The 7 of Newell. Oh. Newell had such a good run at Daytona. On lap 9, it's unraveled. Caution comes out. The 7. Well, let's get a looky here as Joseph Tucker is our race leader. He's pulling away on the apron again. Here's through the trial. Well, he's at the back of the pack here, Wesley. Not sure. He's just kind of riding. Didn't think there'd be too much drama back here. See 3 wide in front, a little bit of jockeying. Wonder if he gets caught up in some stuff ahead of him. Oh, that's a big movement.
So big movement.
Whoa, Michael Madden. Wreck avoidance and a half. The 7 hits hard on the left side to the outside wall. I think you can get that truck fixed.
I don't think he tried to pull a block there. I don't think he tried.
I think he tried to go up,
or his wheel might have just locked on him for a moment.
That was an odd little incident there. Maybe he just got a big shove entering the corner and that shot him up the track. Not sure. Definitely a weird one though, and the 7 looks to be rolling with okay speed under caution here, as they all get lowered down for the pace car. A lot of tire smoke there. That will give. That's a good break for the 82 truck. He'll get back in the lead lap. Unfortunate for Newell though, early on lap 10. Already a 6th of the way done with this. As Joseph Tucker in the Fast 5 Challenge, well, he's leading it right now. And a lot of guys, you know, they want to be in position for, there's Tucker in the car. They want to be in position for the next Fast 5 Challenge, right? They want to have a good run tonight into the top 5. So all those guys are out into this week. Try to get it next week. That opens up the door here at a race like Talladega. Do we see pit stops? That's the question. Pit road is open. This time by. Tucker comes in. I believe most, if not all, the rest of the field will follow. Swan stays out. See Daniel Dow. Hemingway stays out as well. Christopher Fuge. Joseph Tucker and majority of the field will come in with him. Very, very busy pit road here in iRacing. Tucker came in with the race lead. I believe 5 trucks stayed out. Some of them were up front. Some of them were a bit further back.
And just splash and go, be on pit road as little as you want, as there's contact leaving the exit.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Tucker had it, but apparently the 2 of Dow has it. That's not too big of a worry there. Track position not as important, but still important here. So 6 trucks actually stay out on the racetrack. Holloman, Boyles, Sailors, Hemingway, Christopher Fuge, and Guage Swan, who is now the race leader. I believe these are the first laps he's led all season, if I'm not mistaken. Here for the number 20 Toyota Tundra, Mac Tools.
And if you're Swan, if I was Swan, I like what I'm seeing in my rear view there. He's got Hemingway, his teammates, going to be restarting right behind him. Give him a signal, tell him, hey, push now, we're going, get out front as fast as you can.
And Hemingway's been giving a lot of shoves. Remember, on that outside lane, he's been there pretty much the entire race. The 20's been a bit more conservative on the bottom lane, just not really going too crazy. Yeah, the pit road camera shots were definitely a nice touch. They were very spiffy, very good looking. Let's go, Swan. And Guage Swan having a good night so far. So a long way to go. Gonna be 49 this time by. So still a long ways to go. We should get the 1 to go this time. It's going to be interesting, though, here, Wesley. We see a bit of new faces up here. Not sure how their trucks are, how fast, how good handling they are. And do we see some aggression from the guys with a bit more fuel?
I'm not going to be worried too much about fuel. It was just a small splash and go on pit road. They can be a little bit more aggressive, but in the end, it's going to be a giant pack race, so it's going to be hard to move up. You just got to pick your lane, know where you're going and who you're going with.
My real question is, will we see Tyler Cheney is my go, but will we see the 3rd line get formed here? Excuse me, on this ensuing restart. Everyone's gonna get double file with Swan leading, Fuge being the outside, Hemingway, Swan's teammate, will be right tucked into the rear bumper. Jordan Sailors, remember, he qualified rather deep in the field, up in the top 5. Justin Boyles, Blair Holloman, top 6 guys, then the guys who were leading this race, Tucker, Dow, Snyder, Donnellan, back there in the back half of the top 10. Haven't seen Morris up here yet. Haven't seen Ginningsman or PB Henry. Those two maybe being a bit more patient as the others try to take a different approach with the Fast Five challenge.
There definitely is a level of patience, I want to say, not only with the Fast Five challenge.
Yeah, we might not see the third lane until late, but you know, some guys in the back, you know, it's hard to come through this field, and especially with double file, lanes don't move all that much until the leaders or some other guys go from the bottom to the top. So some guys at the back might try it, but I mean, most likely we will not see the third lane on this incoming restart. But you never know. Sometimes the caution just makes everyone change their whole perception on what they should be doing. Sometimes cautions have that effect. As we work it through 3 and 4 at Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to get this show underway yet again, Wesley. And everyone watching at home is going to see these guys get back at it. Pace car off on the racetrack. Gage Swan, Christopher Fuge, front row. Hemingway, Sailors, second row. The rest has followed. Into the restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air. There we go. Green flag back in the air.
And there we go. Hemingway immediately into the back of Swan as soon as they could, just pushing him as far out at front as possible.
And a great shove. The bottom lane surges on the inside. 3, now almost 4 trucks clear. Here comes Dow on the inside.
Make that 5 trucks clear as Dow and Snyder both look to go to the outside, but there is no momentum up there right now.
Dow, Snyder to the top. Here comes Tucker to the top. A lot of jockeying. Those guys in the top lane that were out and stayed out on the pit stops are dropping back as here comes Daniel Dow to the outside for the race lead. Big shove to the 2 car. Swan on the bottom with his teammate. Snyder pushing the 2 down the front straightaway. Into the trioval they go. Big shove. Oh, and Snyder's way out of control. Wow, I don't know how that wasn't a wreck. They all keep it straight on the front stretch as Dow takes the race lead.
And that's going to check out up the outside lane a lot here. They're going to have to get the momentum gathered back, get a push going. Tucker on the back of Snyder now, hoping to get crawling back up to where Dow was.
Trucks in the back trying a third lane. Nothing doing there. Does Gage and Hemingway, do they go to the top here as teammates try to get back the race lead? Doesn't look like it. They're glued to the bottom of the racetrack. Back 2 by 2, down the whole back of the pack. Dow leads the race into 3 and 4. What a save indeed by Snyder. I don't know how that wasn't a wrecked truck. Snyder now, when he almost wrecked the lap before here, big shove again on the front stretch. Tucker giving him the business.
Gonna put Snyder.
Here comes Tucker to the outside.
To the outside.
Snyder barely clears the 2 truck entering the corner. Now does Dow, does he jump to the outside? He is clear. It's going to be tight though if he wants to do that.
If you're gonna do it, don't hesitate. Don't double think it. If you're gonna move, make your move.
Tucker now, he has momentum on the outside lane. As they work through 3, now out of 4. Pretty calm so far since the restart, aside from Snyder about getting turned in front of the field. About saw the big one on lap, I believe that was 13. Snyder with the race lead, Tucker to his outside, or trying to get to his outside. Daniel Dow is giving him huge shoves.
Yeah, and Dow definitely seems to be an aggressive pusher. He's almost glued to the back of whoever's in front of him.
Daniel Dow is clear. Will he go to the outside and leave Snyder dry? No, he's going to continue to push that 29. Here comes momentum from the top.
Back.
Tucker with momentum. He'll draw even with the 2 truck, but the 29 has the race lead still. And a big run from Joseph Tucker on the outside. Fuge giving him the push. Tucker at the line. That time by on lap 16. I thought Christopher
Oh,
Fuge was going to get hung out there. Oh, big stack up in the back half.
A little out of shape there on the top side caused the stack up, and now you're going to start seeing them 3 wide a little bit more rustling and bustling in the back.
Back of the pack's a bit more chaotic with the stack ups. They can get real busy real quick as they're pandemonium at the back of the pack. 3 wide entering the corner. They're almost 4 wide up there with Madden and PB Henry. Forbes Windsor on the outside there. Up into the top 20 as the battle for the race lead continues with these 4 trucks. They're just locked. Gridlocked here as, whoa, Fuge with a big moment, giving a push.
Truck just a little bit unsettled, but still keeping it under him. Just head down, get into the back of that 8 truck, push him forward as much as you can, see if he'll take you with him before he dips down to the bottom.
I saw PB Henry in the back there trying a 3rd lane. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but maybe trying to get to the front. He is buried in 20th. He's not made his way forward too well here. There's PB again to the outside. He sees some trucks up there. Wants to get to the front as Tucker really late entering 3. Gets the race lead. That was almost a big one as they're 3 wide up here. Fuge and Sailors. Sailors let him in there.
Sailors backed it off and let Chris in. He definitely did. No sense of maybe pushing as much. He definitely had momentum.
Definitely feels like a wreck is coming if they keep this up. This is chaos. Snyder to the outside. Never mind. Fuge goes to the outside of him. 3 wide up front for the lead. And goodbye, Heath Snyder at the moment. There's Gettingsman. He's coming to the picture. He's going to go to the middle. Help this 29.
If Snyder had no one come with him, he was in trouble of being in a sucker hole there. And
now Gettingsman in the sucker hole.
Yeah, now it's Gettingsman. My bad.
You're all good. A lot of red trucks out there. They're 3 wide. Didn't think we'd see that. The 92 truck is probably going to get hung out to dry in the top 3rd lane. As we're riding on board here with Gettingsman. And the 92 truck is going to fall back here to the back half of the field. 3 wide was going on there for a minute. They did not want to push Snyder. That's going to put Snyder a little deeper in track position, but he didn't lose too much. 92 truck, he lost it a lot.
Yeah, he did. Just hope he can find a place to duck down behind another truck, get somebody in front of him, keep him in the draft, keep him in the pack, and he clearly does.
He gets into the pack still, just lost a ton of track position, but Joseph Tucker now with the race lead. Here comes Christopher Fuge in the 49. Big shoves coming. Almost got put 3 wide multiple times, but he's keeping on trucking. Here comes the 2 of Daniel Dow. He'll leave Joseph Tucker. Here comes Heath Snyder as well. They all abandon the 8 truck. He's going back to back. They don't want to see him win anymore.
That definitely puts him at a disadvantage.
Whoa.
Fuge already to the outside again, tried to put him 3 wide. He doesn't want to push the 2 or the 29.
Snyder, big move back to the race lead on the bottom. They're getting so antsy here at the front of the pack. No, they are picking it up right now. Everyone is putting on a show up front. It's good, hard racing, but when does a push go bad, or when does a block go bad? We've had some close calls, and it feels like the calm before the storm is looky here. Is that Gage Swan going to the outside?
It wasn't. That was really aggressive. It was a really small window. He was definitely given a break there.
Gage Swan, he wants to pick up the battle for the race lead. He's been kind of patient there in the bottom lane with Hemingway. He's kind of running in 5th, 6th place. Now he wants to vie for the race lead as he'll lead at the start-finish line that time over Daniel Dow and Snyder. And clear back to the race lead, Gage Swan.
Just going to let the outside lane drop just a little bit. That's what we see whenever the front car abandons them. And then we tend to see somebody jump to the outside as soon as they see them gaining momentum. Or is Snyder going to jump up once again?
I think Snyder most likely will, but we'll just have to see. Big run from Dow. He's not going to have a chance to. The 2 had a massive run. Kind of stalled out there entering the corner, though. Tucker might jump up here. He's giving a big shove to the 29. Keeps looking high, just not quite clear of the 2 truck. Man, they're antsy at the front of the field. We're not even halfway, guys. Come on.
Again in the back, PB Henry trying to get another lane moving up there on the very top. Only 2 trucks, though, not going to happen, and it's not going to work well. If they do make any type of move towards the front, it's going to be very minuscule.
Yeah, that 29 truck is loose. As we see 3 wide in the back, then a tied 97 machine. Going to get back to the front. Oh, we start to see more trucks. I believe that's Dave Fuge Jr. up there now. Maybe starting to get, and there's PB Henry. It's the 81 truck actually of Rouse. Oh, big block, Joseph Tucker. They're all over the place. Big wreck on the front stretch. Big crash. There's Pro in the background. Massive crash on the front straightaway. Tyler Cheney looks like he's involved. Oh, that's Grimm. Glenn Grimm in the back.
We saw it coming for a long time. These guys were restless up front, and it finally bit one of them.
I'm not sure what happened at the front of the pack there. It just seemed like a massive incident. So, I mean, they were getting so dicey up here. And it looked like another late move and block, maybe? Let's get a look at it. Big shove from the 29. Well, safe right here. All safe right here. There's a big moment off of 4. It all culminates with a big run from the 8 down the back straightaway. Comes the 49 of Fuge. Entering 3 here. And so right here, I think. Big shove from the 2 of Daniel Dow. Tucker's clear of Swan. But he's blocking the 2 cars still. Big move, and the 2 goes down with him. Makes contact. Swan and everyone does a great job. Not sure who gets turned there in the black truck. On the bottom. 45, I believe. Jordan Slater, maybe? There's just Jordan Slater. He makes it through this. Ooh, he slowed it down real good. Multi-truck incident, though. And we all saw that coming. We all saw the big one coming. Oh, man. Hard hit for the 56 of Glenn Grimm. Unfortunate for him. You see the 80 of Prowl involved. I think he took a big hit to the outside wall. Yeah, he's running up there. The 45, he goes spinning as well. Just from the stack up and accordion. In the grass, the 80 back up the track. The 5 of Barker gets into him. That's going to shoot him up the track even more. The 87, he gets by. Oh, JP Jones. He did not get by, it looks like. 14, honestly, it could have been a lot more trucks. Wow. The big one, or maybe not the big one, but a big wreck. I'm not sure if Cheney got hit at all. If he did, it wasn't looking like any major damage to the 54 that would end his day. He is at the back of the pack, though. I believe he is down pit road.
Yeah, Cheney Prohl, before he went up directly into JP Jones, he was spinning off the nose of Tyler Cheney.
Unfortunate there for Tyler Cheney. Jacob Barker was involved, the 24. A lot of good trucks back here. Kind of just biting the storm, and then storm happens right in front of him on the tri-oval, and I mean, you don't really know what to do there. It's just chaos on the front stretch.
It's chaos. The best thing you can do is try to avoid it. And I want to say that started with Dow trying to follow Tucker behind. Tucker was obviously clear. Dow, not so much. So it was an aggressive move that didn't quite pay off.
He tried pushing him and staying right with him to the bottom. I don't think he tried to make a move on him. But, you know, it did cause the crash, and then that stack up. Everyone in the front 5 or 6 cars did fine, and then the stack up. Not everyone can see that. Yeah, I'm props to Tucker. If Tucker goes spinning, this is a much bigger wreck and a much, much more cars involved. We've had now 2 cautions tonight. See the 1 to go flag this time by. Normal activities. Joseph Tucker will have the bottom lane. Daniel down on the outside as we hit the 1 to go here at Talladega in SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series. I love the old retro pace car. Always looks way better than these modern day pace cars, if I say so myself, Wesley.
Yeah, I do love the old school pace cars. They're better than what we've seen with the giant boxy trucks.
Without a doubt. Yeah, that's a good point there. It is a bit of a sleeper pick. He's been up in the top ever since he got that track position. He has looked pretty solid. Talk about someone who's driven back through the field though. Nixon, great drive back into 6th. Remember, he got spit out real early in this race. Went all the way to the back half of the pack. Driven himself back into the top 6. And Chad Gettingsman in 5th. He's up here trying to compete for that Fast 5 challenge. Been quiet, but he is up here in 5th.
And that's what we typically see with Chad as well. He's quiet through his race. You don't talk about him much with big moments until the very end when he's right there.
He is just a grinding race car driver. He just grinds out the day, takes his time, doesn't make any really overly aggressive moves, and keeps his nose clean, and slowly but surely drives to the front. And I talked about some other guys who have not had the greatest starts of the season. Heath Snyder in that 29 truck has just had abhorrent luck. I mean, there's been so much speed in it, and it looks like hopefully first half of the race hasn't gone too bad for him. Hopefully he can finish it out with the speed he's had in that 29 today.
Yeah, really unfortunate with him through the first couple of races. Always had the speed, just get caught up in incidents, whether it was his fault or not, and couldn't control it from there on out.
Here we go. We're going to see if he can control Talladega with the Fast 5 guys trying to fight for a prize at the end of the race. He's right in the middle of it, though, but he's in the top 5, vying for the race lead as they enter the Geico restart zone. Tucker, Dow, front row, Snyder, Healy, second row, green flag, back in the air. Another good launch
from Healy.
Yeah, but no third truck. There goes Snyder immediately at the bottom. The top lane just stalled, did not get a good launch.
No, it did not. I think Snyder was trying not to push the 2, if anything, and try to get down to the bottom as quick as he could.
Never watched this top lane on the back straightaway. They're going to carry a lot of momentum. Does Healy, does Snyder jump to the top to take the race lead?
And further back in the pack as well, you see trucks already dancing around, switching lanes, getting where they want.
It is a dance and a half at 190, 180 miles an hour here in these trucks. As here is Joseph Tucker yet again leading the pack. The only race he hasn't won this year was Daytona so far. Only 3 races, but that's pretty good. His Snyder to the outside. He'll lead the top with Daniel Dow. Trying to take it from Tucker at the line. They're side by side. I don't know who got it that time.
Too close to call, but it wasn't the last lap. That's what matters. They're going to continue through 1 and 2, too wide. Snyder just barely a hood in front of Tucker.
And PB Henry has entered the chat. He's in the top 10. He's coming to the front a little before halfway. And here's a big run on the outside of the racetrack. Dow and Snyder look clear. Dow back to the outside of Snyder. Can Nixon give him a big shove?
Dow wasn't quite clear there while Snyder was perfect and crystal. Dow, there was that small bit of overlap. I would not have taken that. That would have been another wreck.
Oh, it would have 100% been another wreck. But you know how these guys are right now. They're on edge, pushing and vying for the race lead. Snyder has it at the start-finish line that time. They're so tight right here.
They are. They're tight, and the trucks are dancing around just in the air. Whether it's they're behind somebody and there's that dirty air on top of their nose, or if they're getting pushed from behind, you just see them wiggling all throughout the turn.
They're going all over the place right now. Here's Dow. Big run on the outside. Trying to get this outside lane moving. Hasn't been able to challenge so far since the restart, really. Snyder went up there and drugged that lane to the front. A bit more hard. It seems like the 2 trucks are great pusher, not as good at leading the line.
I agree with you there. Every single time he's the second truck in line, that outside line just gets a massive run that they can take. Sometimes Snyder does, or not Snyder, but Dow does get left out to dry, but sometimes it's enough for him to follow behind whoever he was pushing.
Nixon, remember, he went 3 wide to the outside earlier in the race, and no one went with him, really, aside from Matt, and they both went to the back. He was looking, I think, on the trial, will do it again. Maybe thought better of it, learned his lesson from earlier in the race. Ride down the back straightaway. This time by, it'll be 30 laps to go here at Talladega. Snyder clear of both lanes. He was a little indecisive there in 3 and 4. Went back to the bottom in front of Tucker.
Yeah, sticking it right in between the 2 lanes, that's a little bit risky. You might give just enough room on the bottom for them to take it to your inside, or they just might split you.
It is definitely risky when you do that. I mean, you get turned on the inside or the outside and cause a big ol' wreck, especially when you're the race leader. And here comes Daniel Dow with a head of steam on the outside, off of corner number 2. Nixon on the back bumper, giving him a big shove. Momentum. Yeah, he's going to clear him easy here. Nixon might clear as well as we enter the back stretch. Entering 3, Dow to the bottom. Big block as Snyder had a big head of steam there at the end.
And
Dow
right now,
back
it's
to the
just a
front.
conveyor belt. It's just conveyor belt. They get those runs on the outside. If 1-2 cars clear, they immediately move to the bottom. That outside then backs up because they've lost their momentum. But now Snyder bounced to the outside trying to get that lead right back from Dow.
Well, he's got it clear. Looks like not quite. Oh, he's not clear. Nixon to the outside. Sailors goes with him. Never mind. I go to the back again. Oh, poor Nixon.
Poor Nixon indeed, but that also severely jumbled out the outside lane. They're going to have to get the
Here comes
momentum
Joseph
back
Tucker.
as Tucker.
Big run. Oh my. Big run outside. Talk about this lane being all choked up. No, they just come with a head of steam. Tucker back to the front.
Immediate clear and immediately down to the bottom again. These guys just want to hug that double yellow line as much as possible.
Well, the bottom lane's a bit more safer, right? You ain't going to get put 3 wide and be at risk from losing a bunch of spots, right? Going middle or outside and everyone leaving you. The bottom lane's safe. You can avoid wrecks easier, but sometimes it's a little too safe. And sometimes you just can't move through the field on the bottom. You just really can't go anywhere. The outside's where you're going to go places. But if you want to be the race leader on the white flag, I think that bottom lane's where you want to be. Snyder's going to have a big run off of 2 here with Sailors. Sailors wasn't able to get to the back bumper there.
Not quite, but here comes PB pushing Sailors right into the back of Snyder.
PB with a big shove to Sailors. And they're not quite clear entering 3. Calm down a little bit before that last caution, or at least a little bit. You know, they're not as bad as they were beforehand with the aggression. Still a lot of aggression up here, though. Everyone wanted to lead this race. Yeah, the 3 car, hate it for him. I mean, drives back through the field and just gets left out. No one wants to work with him, it seems. Michael Madden tried it. And I don't blame the 3 for taking him 3 wide there. The 29 was not clear by any means, and I'm surprised everyone went with the 29. But that's another thing when you see the 29 car right up front a lot. Going to be more inclined as there's cars in the wall back there at 3 wide. Just got a little tight, brushed the wall, no incident. Going to kill the 3rd lane that was forming though.
Gonna kill him for a little bit, but if they can get it gathered back up, we might see 3 wide eventually here for a couple rows deep at the front.
My lord, Daniel Dow has the best pushing truck in the field, I'm calling it. He drove this bottom lane clear of the top. He's so fast. Three wide, middle of the pack back there. Someone gets shuffled out. Guys trying to work their way through the field. There's neck and neck for the race lead. Snyder in the outside, Tucker in the inside.
Off of 2, you're going to see that major run from the outside, just getting that little bit of extra speed coming off a steeper banking. Snyder already clear. Is he going to bring Sailors with him this time, though?
Sailors was so tight right there. If he would have went for that, that would have been a big old wreck. But Sailors stays patient as Snyder back clear of Joseph Tucker. Does Joseph Tucker give him a big shove and go right back to the outside? He's clear. It's tight. There he goes. Tucker tight off of the front bumper of Sailors. Big shove as we get to lap traffic.
And if
all
I'm
the
that
way
lap
to the
traffic,
top.
stay high, get away from these leaders. There's stuff going on as you see both cars, the top 2 from the top, immediately drop to the bottom.
Look at that 3 truck all the way back up to the 12th position as Sailors goes back to their outside looking for the race lead. Big shove down the back straightaway. PB Henry trying to clear here. And the 25 has come to the front. Tucker, big shove from the 29. Daniel Dow. So it's kind of been the same few guys. PB Henry entering the chat. I think these top 3 guys, though, of Dow, Snyder, and Tucker are the best trucks. Here comes Snyder back to the outside.
That Sailor's just a little bit out of order as he finds a way to hook up to the back of Snyder, trying to get him clear once again. Snyder to the bottom.
Big hookup, big push, front straightaway, and here comes Snyder back to the lead. Does Tucker go back to the outside? I would expect so. Yeah, back to the outside. Big side drive going to kill Snyder's momentum. Does Sailors push him? He does. Not clear, though.
Not clear, so he can't move down. He's going to hopefully have to get it out before going through the tri-oval.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a big wreck. I thought he was going to hit him on the right rear there. Sailors does a good job keeping that bumper square. Look back here as they race for the lead, and the 88 Red Bull machine all over him. Yeah, the 88 is a good pusher. He's starting to be maybe the second best pusher so far we've seen. Now that 2 truck I think is the best pusher. But Jordan Sailors, he isn't quietly doing very well. Haven't really seen him be one of the lead trucks yet. Another big shove to Joseph Tucker. He's clear.
And Tucker's clear. Is he going to take it?
Oh, doesn't take it.
No, he hesitated just too much.
Does not take the clear as the 88's all up the back bumper of the 8 of Tucker. The truck's got to be getting hot. That was like a whole lap and a half. That 88's been glued to the back bumper. Was desperately trying to get him clear. Just cannot seem to do so. Thought about going down. Couldn't get there. Snyder with a big run from Dow.
Back by the side draft as the 8 gets a massive run off of corner exit here, coming down the backstretch.
Big run, but can he take the race lead? He's just not connected there. The 2 and the 29 are. Gonna hang on here. Entering turn 3. Tucker to the outside with Sailors, though. Oh, the 29 separated from the 2. This could be what they need on the outside with Tucker, or excuse me, Sailors and Tucker.
Massive shove from the 88 there because he saw that disconnection. 8 of Tucker now clear. He's to the bottom.
Tucker back to the race lead as we hit 21 to go at the line. Not quite to the get-going phase yet, but we're getting there, inching closer and closer. Now Sailors, he'll have PB. I think PB Henry's a good pusher too. He's been doing a good job keeping the 88 on the back bumper of whoever's leading the lane. Here comes Sailors, though. Big run on the top.
Yeah, we talked about Sailors being a very good pusher. Now it's time to see what he can do pulling a line.
We'll see that. Brian Alphen, he's up into the top 6, as Healy is as well. Rinzor in the 4. Gettingsman, Tyler Cheney into the top 10. Tyler Cheney fandom. As we see a third lane forming further back. I believe that's the 10 and the 20 maybe. Yeah, 10 and the 20. And the 45 truck who was in that wreck. Big shove. Here comes the third lane. I believe everyone has to make at least one more pit stop. I would assume so. This third lane has come out of nowhere, and here comes the lap truck, of course, right as it starts to get formed. We'll help him a little bit. It's going to be so tight. Here comes Snyder to the outside. 4 wide, entering 3. Can they keep it clean? Oh, Colton Gardner. No harm, no foul there.
No harm, no foul as a lap truck. That might have been the best decision. Put yourself in the wall to let these guys pass.
And there's 3 lanes now, for sure. 4 trucks on the outside lane. A lot more in the middle and the bottom lane. But the momentum, this 20 is pushing that 45 to the top of the racetrack. Coming to the front. Justin Boyle's big run off of 2 again. Can he get another one? And there's Tucker to the outside of Snyder further up there for the race lead. That will stack up the outside a little bit. Really slow down the inside. Clear. Tucker back to the race lead. This is anti-edge of your seat racing. I think we're coming up on another lap truck.
What's this lap truck gonna do? Is he gonna stick it in the wall again? If I'm that lap, okay.
Oh, that's gonna be tight.
Caught him at the tri-oval. You got a little bit of 4 lane, but it goes right down to 3 again.
Yeah, it goes right to 3. There's 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Jordan Sailors in the top. PB Henry through the middle. Alfie giving him a shove. Tucker continues to lead.
Bottom.
Tucker being patient here. Doesn't want to get, you know, incensed to the outside lane, and then they'll just shrivel away. Boyle's trying to push the 88.
Tucker and Snyder clear for 1 and 2. Dow's almost clear of PB Henry on the outside.
Jordan Sailors is not getting that top lane rolling so far. Here's Snyder to the outside. That might stack up the bottom and the middle. Maybe open up the door for the 3rd lane. Tucker at the line there. Is there 3 abreast? Big shove from Boyles.
Here comes Sailors. We talked about him maybe not leading it, but that was a great push. Get it again here off of 2. Take it down the backstretch.
PB Henry, is he clear? Does he jump to the 3rd lane and leave Snyder out to dry and just end the middle? No, he stays glued to the back bumper. Sailors again. 3 cars just locked in the top lane and on the bottom as well. Everyone pushing and shoving up front.
Trucks are dancing all over the place. These boys are getting antsy.
Here's Dow. Dow back to the front. He's back into the equation. Now he'll go to the outside of Tucker.
Not quite clear for Dow. Snyder's going to be all over the back of him.
Oh, and he's put 3 wide. Snyder slings it to the middle. And now Sailors, remember, he's such a good pusher. Can he push the 2 to the front as well? Henry, Snyder, as Healy and Tucker on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. 3 abreast throughout the entire field. Absolute chaos.
Absolute chaos indeed. It's those Tucker's clear completely in first, and then it's 2 by 2 a little bit behind him. Then you got 3 wides in their battle for 6th.
Whoa! I don't know if that was a block or he had a big push. Snyder all the way to the 3rd lane. Tucker back to the bottom. And this is going to open up the door for the 2 truck. Big run entering 1.
Can he carry it, though? You kind of see the top lane get a little bit further back throughout 1 and 2 as it's a longer way around the track. Tucker holding on to the lead. Snyder trying to work the middle.
Oh, this 2 truck is big momentum on the outside. Tyler Cheney in the top 10. He's on the bottom there. 4th car in line. Ginningsman, 3rd car in line. Alfine, 3rd car in line in the middle. PB Henry, 2nd car. They're all 3 wide for 2nd place. I think it'll be 3 wide for the race lead on the front straightaway here. And that they are. Snyder middle. Tucker bottom. Dow outside. 3 wide. Here with 15 laps to go. Big one might be loading. They are all racing hard. A little bit calmer than that caution beforehand that came out. But there's still a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving.
I think these boys are lifting off throttle. I think they're all out the whole way around this track. Again, 3 wide down the backstretch. The 2 just going to ever slowly leak behind as Tucker gets a little bit of advantage into the corner. But off corner exit, it's a completely different story. The 2's going to come rocketing up to the front with Sailors behind them.
That 2 truck is just so close to being, has a little bit more momentum, and I'm clear. Just give me it. As Snyder has momentum, almost clear of the 8, not quite. Healy gives him a big shove on the bottom. Tucker's leading again. I think Tucker might lead the most laps yet again tonight. They're 3 abreast for a second. The 88's going to charge another charge on the outside up. See if you can get him here. Seems like the top and middle lane are just kind of stalled and they can't get clear of the bottom right now.
Really can't. It's almost even lanes as you see wherever they're tightly formed. It could go any way. If you see more cars jump to a certain lane, I think that's going to be the lane that will eventually take it.
We haven't seen too much side drafting yet. That tends to slow the bottom lane down the most. A little early for it, but we're getting to crunch time as Dow. Big run on the outside. He might be clear of everyone here. Just can't keep the momentum up. He's clear of the middle.
He's clear of Snyder as he moves down. He's going to leave Sailors out alone on the top side.
I like that from Dow, though. Oh, as Snyder's tried to slide it 3 wide in the middle there, I think. Didn't quite get it. Here comes Dow. Big run. Snyder gives him a bigger shove. Dow might go to the bottom for the race lead here. He does. Clear back to the lead. Daniel Dow. Now, what does Tucker do here? How does he approach this? I don't think Tucker wants to be second.
Food truck. Stick on the back of that true truck.
Excuse me.
No, stick on the back of the 2 truck. Push him clear. Push yourself clear. Then move up in front of Snyder. Whoa!
Big moment. The 2 truck all squirrely. They're all fanning out to try to get around him. He'll still lead the middle line, though. He won't go too far back, but he does lose some track position. Tucker back to the lead. Healy now. Henry to the middle. Snyder throws a block.
Not
Snyder
quite clear for Snyder.
Both these top lanes are just stalled. No pushes. Here comes the 88 of Sailors. Big shove. And Healy giving the 8 a bigger shove. Here's Chad Giddingman's Tyler Cheney to the front into the top 5. Giddings been in 3rd there. PB Henry leading the middle. He has the 2 truck right behind him, giving him a big old shove. As Cheney disappeared. Oh, he's back. A little scary there. And look at Nixon. Back into the top 10 again. 5th car in the bottom there.
Nixon's just had an up and down day. Qualified high, dropped to the back, worked his way back up. Then got dropped again. But he's back up here to the top. PB Henry creating a massive run in the middle lane there. The top lane kind of dying out.
And look who's pushing him. The 2 of Daniel Dow. Just so good on the back bumper of any truck. Some of the guys in the back here, they see this 3 wide. They're like, maybe we calm down back here as they've entered under 10 laps to go.
Under 10 laps to go, it's definitely crunch time.
Big shove to PB Henry as we see pit stops at the back of the pack. Pit cycle has started. The 5 of Barker. Oh, and there's Glenn Grimm around. Locks it up. And that's race over for Glenn Grimm unless the yellow comes out. He just locks him up entering pit road. Let's go look at it real quick here. Yeah, he's just coming in way too hot and he knows it. Tries to get him slowed down. Slams on him. And this round she went. And let's see if... Oh, and Barker almost got a piece of it. Let's see here if we have any more pit takers coming this time around. Tucker continues to lead. Snyder, Healy, Ginningsman, Sailors, Tyler Cheney there. Do we see any more drivers take it to the bottom? There's Daniel Dow. Only 2 trucks here. Nixon.
2 trucks.
Be a lot more aggressive. Oh, I think the 2 might have sped. I think he may have sped onto pit road. And there you go. Nixon does have a black flag. So the tough night continues for the 3 truck. And that's tough as well for the 2 because he won't have part. Oh, and he overshoots the box. Oh, my God. Mistake ridden.
Those are the mistakes we talk about. You saw the 56. He spun it down pit road. Nixon with a black flag. The 2 overshooting his box. That's just going to cost a lot of time.
Up in here in the top 10 after wrecking. He is a lap down, but he is in the free pass position right here. Do we see any more takers to pit road? And remember, Caution comes out right now. All those guys who pit, they're going to cycle back to the front. Yeah, pitting with 2 trucks wasn't ideal for either of them. Then they both make mistakes. Just the worst case scenario if you're either of those guys. Another truck will go a lap down there. Yeah, the 2 car, one of the best trucks all night. There he is in front of the field, all by his lonesome. He's going to make it difficult here. Doesn't want to go a lap down. Probably just going to stick it on the bottom. Making it a little difficult. No, he'll go all the way to the top. Gets out of the way. Everyone. I think a lot of guys are coming right here.
I think they are. They're trying to get single file, get down to the bottom. How big of a group do you want to come with?
Here we go. Big group looking here. Ginningsman stays out. Oh, that looks like 12, 15 trucks is looking there. They're almost in the fence. They're in the fence. They're wrecking in the back. The 4 round. Wentzel around. They were just all over the place entering pit road there. Not enough room. They're hitting the wall there. Look back there at the white Mac Tools truck. He was just, oh yeah, the 4 spins him out. Look at that 10 truck. He hits the inside wall. I believe that's the 83 of Alphen, gets spun around. Oh my, Pandemonia on pit road. Those first guys did it rather cleanly. We haven't seen a single guy go into pit road without a mistake. Here's the 2 of Dow. Big run. Try to get back on the lead lap in case the caution comes. Big wreck. Wreck in the back. All right, keeps it straight. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Tyler Cheney has the lead right now. I'm not sure if the 2 and the 29 were clear to be on the lead lap or if it's going to be a fight between them for the lucky dog. But if you're on pit road, you just got a little bit saved. If you were already running and you were behind the leaders, you might be stuck.
I'm not sure. Yeah, the 4 is having a decent day. We're under 5 laps to go. The caution comes out. Saw it at the back of the pack there. Not sure who it was. Someone was spinning around. Looked like a white hooded truck. I'm not sure who's going to reap the benefit of this. In the middle of green flag cycle, it might be Tyler Cheney if he has enough fuel. And stretch it here and just go for the race win. You're virtually going to burn no laps under caution.
Put it in 5th, press in the clutch. Just don't turn your engine off. Don't do any fuel saving rules. Any fuel saving shenanigans. That is another rule that was implemented for tonight. It's about how they can fuel save.
It's going to be, I mean, not a big disadvantage to not turn the car off. It's still just a lot less on your fuel tanking. Ginningsman's 3rd. Do the commentators like chocolate milk? I like chocolate milk. Do you like chocolate milk, Wesley?
Unfortunately, I am lactose intolerant, so my stomach does not agree with it, though personally, I do love the taste.
Okay, well, you know, we won't blame you too much for that one. Still a shame for yourself, I must admit. The god's nectar of chocolate milk. But I'm not sure. What we'll get here if Tyler Cheney does come down pit road. He's going to stay out. He's going to risk it here. Someone does not risk it back there. Oh! Someone went through the grass right there. I think that's the 33 truck. I'm not sure who that was. Yeah, I believe it was a 33 truck. On the apron here. I'm not sure who this benefits. We hit 4 laps to go here. We're going to run at least 2 more under yellow. So I think we'll have an under regulation green-white checker. The 2 car, Daniel Dow, will get the free pass, but his race for the win is most likely over. If Tyler wins, it's going to be tight for Tyler. I don't know how much fuel he packed in it. We'll just have to see. LaFranca, the 33 truck. Haven't seen him much tonight at all. See if he can save enough gas.
Westwood,
97
got shuffled back. Westwood got shuffled back earlier. Now he's back up there sitting in 4th.
Justin Boyles, he got caught up in that big wreck in the front stretch. He's in the top 5. Tyler Rouse.
He was running really good last week until he got involved in that last coming to the checkered incident. Could this be a little bit of a redemption?
And no fault of Tyler's, of his own, of Rouse, but And nonetheless, he did get wrecked on the front straightaway on that mayhem at the end of last weekend's Chicago land race, or last weekday. I'm gonna hit a backflip. Can't do a backflip.
I can't do a backflip.
I can't do a backflip. You guys in the comments are killing it tonight. From Pandemonia.
Brandon, just use a trampoline. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I can do a backflip on a trampoline. I might hurt myself, but I can do it. I might be young, but I'm not very athletic. Tyler Cheney will guide us to a big win at Talladega. And
I just want to say, I want to say something. If Tyler does win this, it's going to be big in his heart. This is his hometown track. He was just there this weekend for the IRL Cup race.
So big implications here, and even in iRacing, when you win at your home track, I've had the privilege of that myself at Indy. I'm from Indiana. It does feel different. It might not be the real track, might not be your actual home, might be virtual, but it is very special. And Tyler Cheney is going to see the one to go here with the race lead. 3 laps remaining. We're going to see 2 laps, not on overtime, an under regulation green, white, checkered. We do have overtime. We have 3 attempts. Hopefully we don't have to use any of them. But super speedway racing does get a little chaotic. And these guys might run out of gas.
I was about to pull up the gas question. We saw them just doing green flag stops. Those that did not pit yet, they might just be clear for this one in regulation set of green, white, checkers. This one run. Beyond that, it's questionable.
Top 9 have not made a pit stop. So can any of them make it? Well, that's to be seen. I'm not sure who can, who can't. It depends on where they're running. Tyler Cheney, the thing that Tyler has going for him, he was on the bottom of the racetrack there a while. You don't use very much throttle at all on the bottom. He was mid, kind of 4th, 5th car in line. You're not on the throttle at all. He might have saved a lot of gas doing that. And that might be why he was going long. Don't know if he would have made it on fuel without the caution. We'll just have to see here. Ginningsman, though, he's the first car in the Fast 5 Challenge at the moment. Like I said, another quiet night, and he's running here in 3rd, coming into the 2 to go. When we go back green here, just sneaky guy. LaFranca in the 33 truck. Haven't seen him much up front tonight, but he's up here when it matters. The 45 of Boyles, Tyler Rouse, Christopher Fuge, JP Jones, Connor Fuge.
There as well.
Tucker, I'm excited to get this thing underway. Or do we see you pull a Larson? No, we don't want to see all these trucks pull a Larson. Either way, pace car off. He'll pull a left. Tyler Cheney, LaFranca on the front row. Can Cheney make the fuel last? Can he hold off the hungry pack, or does someone else get the checkered flag? Into the Geico restart zone they go. Cheney smashes the gas. Green flag back in the air in the top lane. Gets an okay launch. He'll stay close to the Tyler Cheney 54 machine.
Yeah, no one quite paired up right there until just now. Ginningsman right in the back of it. Inside line clearly has a good bit of momentum. Top 3 are clear of the top line.
If we make it back to the white. Oh, and there goes Ginningsman. He leaves Cheney out to dry. Here comes Rouse, though, on the bottom of the racetrack. Big wreck on the back straightaway. They all scatter. Jordan Sailor's car almost over. That's Magny. Massive crash. Back straightaway. 82 truck in the fence there. JP Jones again. And Chad Ginningsman takes the race lead from Cheney. As all hell broke loose behind him. Oh, man. Oh, and PB Henry. Oh, that's day over for PB Henry, most likely. That's a hard hit. One of our Fast 5 challengers. Oh, yeah, the engine's done. See black smoke pulling out of the car there. Not sure I'm not sure what that pink truck is. I think that's Connor Fuge, if I'm correct.
That would have been Connor Fuge, yep.
Connor gets spun around there. 82 truck in the fence on the bottom there.
And if you had not pitted yet, this is not what you wanted.
No, not at all. Did not want to go into overtime. I are sad. This is not Sigma. PB, no, yeah, PB takes a hard lick. That is day over for PB Henry. I would assume maybe we see Tyler Cheney down per road. We did see a big crash, so. And Gettingsman, he's short on fuel too, so. I mean, he might be leading the race, and he might be the first car, excuse me, in the Fast Five Challenge, but he's not in a great spot either. Gettingsman is the race leader. Justin Boyle's got the second. Tyler Cheney dropped to third. He didn't lose too much out of that. Rouse up to fourth. He gains a few. Westwood fifth. LaFranca. So the top 6 are guys who are still tight on fuel. Then there's Snyder and Tucker. Keeley back there in 10th. Slater in 11th. Do we see these guys fit here, Wesley?
I think they have to. Snyder and Tucker, we know, can make it. Meanwhile, Gettingsman, Boyles, Cheney, Rouse, LaFranca, Westwood, and Chris all are a little tight.
Westwood stays out.
Stays out.
That sucks for these guys. You never know what could have happened, but if they stay out there at the end, I think they probably have enough gas, or at least close enough to... I mean, he's not out of it. They're not out of it. I wouldn't count them out of it.
They're not out of it. Splash and go.
Overtime attempts. That wasn't an overtime attempt, so... We have a lot. Gage Swan about to come back and get a W. He is an 8th, yeah. Newell, talk about Newell. Brought out the first caution of the night in the 7 truck. Up there in the top 10 at the moment. Barker in the top 10. He was involved in, I think, a number of incidents tonight. Yeah, it's not over at all for those guys who came down pit road. There's pandemonium. If they weave their way and have good restarts, yeah, they're at the back, just outside the top 20. Cheney, Rouse, Gettingsman, so they should be fine. Yeah, they're not down. They're not quite out of it. Westwood, though, is the lone wolf out here on tight on fuel. I would be shocked if he can make it here, Wesley.
I'm with you. It's going to be a real struggle, especially getting in that restart, getting up to speed with the gas. You got to mash it or else you're a sitting duck, but does he have enough to do it?
That's the thing. Does he stumble? And then we see a big ol' wreck on the front stretch here. That's 60 laps completed. The race distance was supposed to be 60. We're over that now. Had 4 cautions for incident. 8 laps under the yellow flag. Last few have been here in the last few laps. I don't believe Westwood can make it. Maybe. Maybe he's got some magic in the tank. Maybe he packed her full of fuel there. Maybe he was major saving the entire run. If you're major saving the entire run, maybe. But man, that's going to be tight on fuel if he can do it. If he can do it, that's an Austin Hill level performance here at the end. And he has to hold on to the race lead.
And we also saw there on the stats, 27 lead changes. We saw that top 4 just constantly. It was like a cycle. Get out, top 2, get out front on the bottom line. 1 jumps up, and then he takes the lead, and it's just over and over again.
67. That's at least 1 more overtime attempt then. Oh, God. This chat has lost it. They've lost it.
Yep,
you guys are lost. 6, 7. As we should get the one to go this time. This 92 truck is getting hounded by these guys. And look at Healy. What a race he's had. He stepped up here at the end of this race. Running in 4th. Survived that chaos on the backstretch. I think it's anyone's race in the top 8. I don't think anyone back any further unless absolute chaos erupts can win this.
It's going to take chaos, maybe push the issue early, but still be smart about it.
Now we're switching out of the Tyler Cheney fandom to the Newell fandom. So we're all over the place in the chat here. Wow. Chat's lost their mind. As I'm intrigued to see here if Westwood can make it all the way. I don't think he can. I think he's going to run out, and most likely run out running in the front of the field. I think we will see at least 1 more overtime before this is done and over with. Maybe not. But, I mean, the same trucks who have been battling up all night, aside from the 2 of Dow. He's a bit further back after missing his pit box and then going down a lap. Kind of put him out of this race, pitting with no one. But Tucker, Snyder, they've been at the front. Hemingway's shown flashes. Healy at the end here. Slater in the top 5. Newell, early wreck. Swan leaded a bit earlier. Barker was in a wreck earlier. Staples, Madden qualified. Up there in the top 5, top 10. So here we go. Pace car is going to pull left this time. Who wins the race? Who wins the Fast Five Challenge? Right now, it's going to Joseph Tucker. But man, oh man, this is going to be a long 2 minutes, 2 laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. The trucks roll to the Geico restart zone. Can the fuel hold up for Westwood? And can he hold off the field? Green flag in the air. He smashes the gas. It's good so far.
It's good so far, but he's so far in front of Tucker. Never mind, Snyder's abandoned on the top side. Momentum to the bottom.
A very odd restart, very spread out. As Tucker's all up the back bumper of Westwood. Maybe save a bit of gas here or lift as he eats up his bumper. As they swing down the back straightaway. A lot of cars at the top here. They're all going to leave him on the bottom. Westwood out, a sitting duck. Here comes Tucker, Snyder, Slater, Hemingway.
Slater keeps it up top. Let Tucker and Snyder drop to the bottom. He's going to look for momentum on the top side.
Westwood still holding up on fuel. Coming to the white flag. Do they make it there through the tri-oval? And who gets the checkered if they do? White flag in the air. Tucker leads at the white. Who leads at the checkered? Big shove from Hemingway on the outside. Gonna stall here in 3 and 4. Here's the 29's clear. Does he jump up to the outside lane? Going for the race lead. Does Tucker throw a block? Westwood tried to block the 64. They're all going everywhere. Back there, 3 wide. Swanning Hemingway 3 wide.
And it's the setup out of 4. You don't want to make your move until the start of the trial, but set it up here now. If you're Snyder, try to feint him.
Newell, big run on the bottom. Here comes Westwood. Snyder gets turned. Newell on the bottom. He gets turned. Joseph Tucker with the race lead as a big wreck behind him, and Joseph Tucker wins at Talladega. Wow.
3 in a row.
Wow, Snyder has continued the bad luck streak, making the move for the race lead, and Joseph Tucker continues his amazing drive.
An amazing drive. He was up front all race long. He was aggressive with what runs he took and just parked his truck exactly where he needed coming off of 4 and then into the tri-oval.
I mean, all of them just destroyed each other behind him. He was able to hold off the charging drivers behind them. Wow. I mean, I'm not even sure. Joseph Tucker, 3 in a row. He's your race winner tonight, boys and girls, and he'll fight for another Fast Five Challenge next week with that race win. Wow. What a finish, Wesley.
What a finish indeed. It's always exciting here at the end of Talladega because you know people are going to get aggressive come once they see the white flag. So you're going to expect pushes. You're going to expect blocks. I expect direct coming to the start finish. Not going to lie with you there. I expected something to happen. I just didn't know where it was going to develop and how fast it was going to stack up.
It was just chaos there. I mean, we saw it there. Snyder got turned. I thought maybe the car behind him of Westwood would have the advantage. Then he got turned. There's just chaos. Does Tucker like chocolate milk? I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Tucker in the booth if he likes chocolate milk. But nonetheless, Joseph Tucker goes 3 in a row. Honestly, it could have been 4 in a row. Tucker, your race winner. Sean Jensick, the 91. He had a really good truck last week. And is up with a good finish this week. Didn't see much of him tonight, but good finish. Scott Healy had a great race tonight at the end. Up front, he ends 3rd. Excuse me. James Staples ends up 4th. Michael Madden 5th. So those top 5 will compete for the Fast Five Challenge come next week. Daniel Dow, what a rebound for 6th place. Blair Holloman, Art Nicotera, Cody Hemingway, Gary Dallin, as we have confirmation that Joseph Tucker does not like chocolate milk, unfortunately. God's nectar. That is unfortunate. And there's your top 10 finishers. Here's Jordan Sailors in 11th, Jacob Barker, Christopher Fuge, Justin Boyles, Chad Skinningsman. Remember, he had to come down pit road for fuel. Tyler Rouse for the top 16. Tyler Cheney, 17th. Russell Windsor, Jordan Slater, Robert Lewis in the top 20. Philip LaFrance, remember, he was up front there trying to play the fuel game. Heath Snyder, 22nd. Bad luck continues for Heath Snyder. Gage Swan, 23rd. Brian Alfine, Nick Dabowski in the 25th car. That car is usually very quick at these plate tracks. Didn't see much of the 82 tonight. Andrew Nagney, Jeremy Newell was in position to win almost off of 4. He gets caught up in the crash. Kyle Westwood, Noah Walters, Tony Jeffries rounds out the top 30, excuse me. And Drew Full, he ends up 31st. Nathan Nixon, who he had a great race tonight, even with all the chaos that happened to him, unfortunately ends up 32nd, sped, or had a penalty on pit road. Seemed like the night was over from there. JP Jones, Glenn Grimm, Connor Fuge, James A. Morris ends up 37th, unfortunately for the Fast Five driver and the winner at Daytona. TB Henry Israel, 38th. Joseph DuPont and Colton Gardner, 39th. Unofficial results as Joseph Tucker wins the race at Dega. Heartbreak for some, elation for others, Wesley.
Yeah, it's going to be a mix of feelings. Tucker's going to be on a high, though. Wins the Fast Five, wins 3 races in a row. He's got to be feeling good.
Oh, without a doubt. When you win 3 in a row, that is just absolutely an amazing feeling. Winning any race is amazing, but when you're dominating right now like he is, I mean, I think he led the most laps tonight. I think he was, one of the best trucks. Maybe not the best truck. I think the 2, him, and the 29 were kind of all even with the best trucks throughout the entire day, but, the 2 had his issues, the 29 got wrecked, and then the 8 car is the lone wolf at the end of the race, and he is going to pull it up the victory lane. What a race, though, Wesley, from start to finish. Great racing. And we're going to go to break real quick before we go here into our post-race interviews. We'll catch you when we come back here in just a few moments.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uests.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
And here we are, everyone, with our third place finisher tonight, Scott Healy. What is up, my man? You come home third. And at the end there, you were seeming like the last 20 to 30 laps, you were one of the best trucks out there. Talk me through your evening. Talk me through your racing. Talk me through how you almost got a checkered flag, just a bit more had to go your way.
Yeah, I just took it easy in the beginning. I know how these races are. I mean, if you go too hard, those wrecks are going to happen. So I just took it easy, tried to save as much gas as I could, avoid all the wrecks that I could. I know there was a couple I almost got into, but managed to get through them. So I'm just proud of my Chevy Silverado today, and working with one of my good buddies who actually won tonight. So good job for him, and I'm sure he's celebrating and cracking open beers and all that stuff. So, but, I mean, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's just it was hectic. That's all. But that's how these super speedways are.
Yeah, these super speedways are. It seemed like it was hectic from the drop of the green flag. I'm not sure how you saw it, but it seemed like really since like after that first caution, the switch changed, and it seems like everyone was on let's go and let's race for this lead hard and fast. And at the end, you weaved your way through the kind of pandemonia at the middle portion of the race and at the end. Talk me through, pit cycle. We saw a lot of mistakes on pit road. Talk me through your pit strategy. Was your strategy just kind of be at the front here and then make sure there's obviously no mistakes on pit road?
Yeah, I just, going in, I have to push hard and try not to get a black flag. So kind of go hard, but kind of go easy, but not lose a lot of, seconds doing so. So trying not to lock up the tires. But, if a lot of people go in, you got to go in. If a lot of people stay out, that's 50-50. I mean, you can lose time, you can gain time. You got to work with others. Other people are talking in the chat and stuff, so you'll know who's going in, who's not, and who's a good driver, who's not a good driver. So you're just gonna manage who's the best at super speedways.
Oh, without a doubt, these tracks are. Some people just have a knack for these tracks, on the cup side in real life. Stenhouse gets always mentioned, but I mean, some guys here tonight like Snyder and you and Tucker were just up there all night. I mean, you see those guys up there a good amount. But nonetheless, I mean, you guys were fast all night and come home P3. As Wesley got any further to add here for Scott before we wrap up his interview here?
I mean, talking about pit strategy, who to go with, who's a good driver and not. When looking out your rearview mirror there at the end, seeing those wrecks, both on the initial green-white checker that was within regulation and then this final one, how confident or did you feel any sense of calm come over you whenever you saw them?
No, you never feel calm. You don't. You're always on edge. So, like I said, you gotta know what you gotta do at these kind of racetracks. But coming to the end, I didn't expect to come P3. I thought I was screwed after trying to bump into somebody else who was on top of me, because I knew nobody was gonna work with me. I know all these guys, all of them know I'm fast, so they're just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna help Scott. So I just had to do what I had to do, and thankfully there was another wreck in front of me. I thankfully got P3, but I thought I was gonna be wrecked once I saw a couple more cars in my front end. So it's a hit or miss. It's wild. I don't really know what to say to these kind of tracks.
Oh, I get it, my man. And these tracks can be, well, like I said, they can be wild, and they are one heck of a fun. Before I let you go, Scott, shout outs, sponsors, all that good stuff for let you go this evening.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for bringing on the podcast, Dave and everybody else who do the admin, all these drivers who come out each and every week. Even though I'm not here every week, I got priorities I got to do, friends, family, and that's about it, my man.
Oh, Scott, you have a great night. I hope to see you up here next week and in that Fast Five challenge for the coming week. So you gotta prepare for that big thing as well. Hope you have a great night, my man.
Thank you. I'll try to be here next week.
Oh, without a doubt. It's our third place finisher. Let's go ahead and get second place in here. Sean Jensick, my man, you up here? You got a copy, my man?
I got you.
How are you, Sean? You had a great night tonight on the finishing order. Didn't see you a lot tonight. Seemed like you were just a bit more biding your time and trying to avoid the chaos that erupted at the end of the race. Last week, you saw you have a really good truck at Chicagoland. Didn't go your way there either. But tonight, you come home P2. Talk me through your night and how you approached the high banks of Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, I had two real good trucks the past 2 weeks. And then obviously at Kansas, I sped off coming off pit road, would have had the lead there, and last week it taken out from the lead. So those weren't two great finishes for me there, but this week it started off quite the opposite. I wasn't running for the win at all. I actually lost the draft in the beginning, and that first caution caught me back up, and then I was kind of riding in the back, and then the second fuel run there, I was trying to save a little bit, and we came in, we got that last caution there. After the cycle at pit stop is about 23rd, I think I was. And then we got obviously the to set us to this last green white checker, got that other wreck. A bunch of those cars who stayed out and never came in through the pits got shuffled up 10 or so spots. And I knew once that green flag dropped, I wasn't taking my foot off the gas, and I was just going. So I know it was a little mess there with, I think that's a 7 car, going below the double yellow there and trying to come back up in front of me, but be able to keep it straight and come home in second. I wish I would have had a little bit more there for the win, but it kind of killed my momentum. But I'm not complaining coming home second with how my last 2 races have gone.
Definitely a rebound after some heartbreaking last 2 races at the 1.5 miles of Kansas and Chicagoland for yourself. But yeah, I mean, a good race for yourself. Obviously, I didn't notice you were lost the draft. Thankfully, a caution caught you back up, and like just a well-executed race from yourself tonight, which a lot of other guys could not say. We saw a lot of mistakes entering pit road. I want to talk me through maybe the challenges, Sean, of getting on pit road at this track, and not only this track, but other tracks, but this track and Daytona in particular are just so different with the amount of cars coming in there with you. Can you talk me through, the challenges of that and how you approach those challenges?
Yeah, I mean, the only green flag stop that I had, I only did with 2 other guys. So we were talking to each other the whole time, and we raced with each other a bunch. So we knew to give each other room and come out good, get up to speed good. My biggest issue on pit road was honestly during the cautions, because I was pitting, 25th and back each time under caution, and it was just a mess because most of these guys aren't taking tires. So as I'm coming into the pits trying to look for my pit sign there, all these guys are coming out, so I was trying to not get hit and playing Frogger here trying to get over to my stall. So we got there though, no damage until that try over there on the last lap, so I wasn't too bad there. Yeah,
Without a doubt, my man. You did play Frogger pretty well, as I know pit road can be hectic when there's that many trucks on pit road under yellow, but you had a great race. Come on P2 tonight. Wesley, you got further more to add here for Sean, and his not a great start to the day maybe, but a great finish.
Definitely a great finish, and as you said, not a great start, losing the draft early on at the track and having the caution kind of save you. Coming to that white flag, I didn't exactly see where you were, but how exactly did you see in front of you and pick whichever lane you wanted to run to stay out of that mess?
Yeah, I started that last restart on the top, and then I quickly found out that top really wasn't moving too well, and I wanted to get down to the bottom. So then I got down to the bottom, and I just was keeping the throttle pinned. I was just hoping that the guys in front of me weren't getting checked up too bad and send any of them flying, which they weren't. I couldn't see nothing except for the guy's bumper right in front of me. So we were just keeping it pinned, and we were going. I didn't see anything until he dove below the double yellow line.
Without a doubt. You kept that foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, as they all say in those glorious quotes, and you come home P2. Sean, before I let you go this evening, sponsors, shout outs before you go enjoy your podium finish.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to anything you see sparkle and shine. Sean over there does a whole bunch for our team. As always, like to give a shout out to the Rev guys. We had a real good run for 3 of us. Nate didn't have the best of runs there, getting caught up in that last incident, but hope to see all 4 of us running up front here in 2 weeks at Phoenix. And lastly, big shout out to you guys and all the guys who run this league, having a blast so far.
Thank you, my man. We had a blast watching you out there. I hope to see you up here when we come racing next time. You have a great night.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. Let's get our race winner in here, Wesley.
I'm ready for him.
I'm ready. Let's talk to Joseph after going 3 for 3. Joseph Tucker, my man. What is up? 3 in a row. You are starting the season off mighty hot, mighty fine. Talk me through your entire race. Lay it out for me.
I don't know. I qualified awful. I honestly don't know where I qualified. P9 or P11. But I just had to make a charge. I was getting bored sitting in the back too much. So I just made my charge and at least made the front entertaining. I don't know about the back.
Oh, yes.
But I don't know. I got hooked at some point. Got hooked twice, actually. Saved those. I don't know. I just know I came out on time with something I was not expecting.
You did come out on top, Joseph, and you're going to go 3 for 3 in the last 3 weeks. Really could have been 4 if Daytona went a little bit more your way at the end there. But, I mean, you made it entertaining for us for sure. And that big one on the front straightaway, I don't know how you saved that. I think the 2 got into you in the right rear a little bit, and I thought you were hooked, but somehow you don't, turn back up into the track and hit the outside wall. Talk me through that save, because you had fast hands there.
I don't know. I just went down and then felt the car snap right. So I just hard jerked it left. That's all I could have done. And I wasn't even expecting to get hooked. I mean, I think he was trying to get down behind me. And he got to my right rear, which was going to be expected with how big of a run we got. But I don't know.
Nonetheless, you kept that thing straight. And as they all wrecked behind you as you made this amazing save, you kept it straight and kept her clean for the rest of the race. But talk me through the green flag pit cycle there before coming to the end and coming to the overtimes and the restarts, and how well you executed that, and talk me through the challenges, obviously, of getting on and off pit road.
I was talking to my team in the 64, because me and the 64 are great friends, and I said we need to pit before the wreck because we have the strategy for it. So it was supposed to be Drew, Gary, me, and Scott, but I didn't know everyone was going to go in. And then pit road entry, I was locking up like crazy. I don't even know how.
Oh, you were locking up entering the pit road. There was a big old wreck behind you entering pit road. No mean to cut you off there, but there was a massive pile of pinballs back there.
See, I got no notification of that other than Gary screaming about it. But
it's always fun hearing other people scream about it.
But I don't know if we were 3 wide on pit road entry. I know Scott didn't get in his box. I was about to miss the box. Actually, I think I did miss the box. And then I came out behind Heath expecting it to stay green, and then as soon as we came out and got onto the banking, all we heard was wrecking in 3. And I was excited because I didn't know what was about to happen. Then everyone stayed out, and of course I was trying to get Keith and Scott to work with me, and it worked, but that was wild.
Well,
I don't know.
Wild.
I think on the restart after the natural green light checkered caution, I was close to changing lanes before the start finish line. I don't know. Everyone was trying to get going, and then the wreck on the backstretch I was almost involved in. I just had an up and down night after I'd led, I don't even know how many laps, but
up and down night, but you do come home with the win. 3 in a row, dude. You're on fire, and I mean, you might, and you win the Fast Five challenge. That's another bonus to winning, right? You get that at the end of the day. And before I let you go, my dude, shout outs, sponsors, teammates, all that good stuff.
I like to thank Scott, Healy, Heath Snyder. They're great guys to work with. ESE, my actual team, Hostile Intent Racing in here. Gary, Drew, great guys. Sucks that Drew got involved in a wreck. Tessie Tucker Realtor, McConey Entertainment, Grandma for watching, Celsius Life Fit, let me think, Mom, Dad, and that should be it, I think. Oh, you guys for broadcasting, and SSRL for putting this on.
You have a great night. Don't celebrate too hard. Don't crack over too many beers. We saw in the comments that you're gonna crack over a lot of beers.
No.
Scott may have told us that too, so but it's all good, my man. You enjoy your evening, man. You have a great night, and we hope to see you up here yet again for maybe 4 in a row, right? Can you do that?
Maybe.
Well, I think you can. So I hope you have a good night, my man, and hope to see you up here for 4 in a row next week.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Wesley, after an event-filled evening, our boy Joseph Tucker picks up another checkered flag, and Talladega delivers like it always seems to do.
That it did, and he says he hoped he put on a show up front. He didn't know about the back. I'll tell you what, he did put on a show up front.
Oh, yeah.
With just 4 cars constantly changing for the lead there. It was amazing to watch.
They were something to watch, my man. And from start to finish, this was an amazing race. And like Joseph and Dow and all those guys just put on a heck of a race. And it's so fun when you see that and see the aggression, the driving, and not a lot of wrecks tonight. We only had like 4 or 5 cautions. So to be honest, at a super speedway, it's not too bad at all. Nonetheless, though, a fun race, a fun night. We're going to go in next week. The Fast Five Challenge. Not sure where we're at, Wesley. Where are we at next week? Phoenix Raceway. Here we go.
Looking at the schedule.
As we go right here. We're not a Phoenix. We're not. Oh,
no, we're not. We're not racing next week, but it's 2 weeks from now is Phoenix.
2 weeks from now is Phoenix Raceway. So that is something. I love Phoenix. I just won my own, myself a Phoenix race. My league just ended. It's a fun track. It's a multi-group track. I love that place. It's very fun, very technical. You see a lot of bumping and banging. Maybe we saw in the ARCA. Remember Wesley? That was a fun race when we did the ARCA League here for SSRL a few months back now. Been a while, but excited for Phoenix in the coming 2 weeks. Not next week, 2 weeks, and continue this Fast Five Challenge. Wesley,
I'm ready to see it. Phoenix, personally not my favorite, but it's a fun track whenever they put on a show. And with how these truckers have been running these first couple of races, it's going to be an amazing show.
Without a doubt, my man. And we're going to wrap her on up here and get all, sadly, no race next week. But in 2 weeks, we get back going at Phoenix Raceway. Hope you all enjoyed tonight's broadcast at Talladega. It was one heck of a race. Like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Hope to see you all at Phoenix Raceway.